Yeah. So here's the question. If you take away sex in a relationship...
Like I'm not having sex with him?
Yeah, like if you take away sex, you're not having sex with him. What can a man take away that is the equivalent of sex? If you have the right, what's... question. Okay, if you have the if you have that right. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah. What's ours? Okay, so just what's our equivalent to sex? Like if you take away sex, what would be the equivalent to that? If the man would take something away, what do you think?
I guess like not taking me out.
That's
dating.
Okay,
that's ridiculous.
Not taking you out on a date.
I guess.
Okay, that's okay.
Not courting her.
Wait, if you take sex away from him, that doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Wait, if you take sex away from him, you're not going to go.
Ladies, I'll get to you. But that's all your answer, or you want to elaborate?
But like, both people want to have sex. It's not like I'm the only one.
But it's a hypothetical. So like, say if you're in a relationship and you don't have sex with the man, you're taking away your sex.
Okay.
Now, what would be the equivalent on a man's end? What's equivalent to you taking away sex from the things that he's given? What would you say that he would have to take away to be equivalent to sex?
Yeah, probably like not take me out on dates.
Okay. Not taking out. Okay, fair enough. What about you?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Friendship.
Okay.
That's
fair enough. What about you?
I think that's a ridiculous question because I don't really think that necessarily...
It's a hypothetical.
Yeah, but the reason why I think it's ridiculous is because I don't think there's anything that's necessarily equal to it. So it's like...
Well, it's your opinion.
It's like when
it's just your opinion.
But I'm just saying, like... But what I'm trying to say is that at that point, it just becomes petty. It's like... Well, I'm not gonna sleep with you, and he's like, well, I'm not gonna take you out on dates. Like that's just stupid.
We know that is petty. It's just a hypothetical. It's the chat question.
It's for entertainment purposes. Say whatever kind of guy that is. It's like, well,
then we gotta say whatever kind of girl that is. You know what I'm saying?
You're thinking too much into it.
Well, yeah, too. If you're already sleeping with the guy, then you're taking that away. He would have had to like do.
No, okay. You see, stop right there. Stop. You're going way too deep. It is not.
Yeah,
that deep.
it ain't that deep. It's just a very hypothetical. What do you think is equivalent?
What is something that you?
There's nothing equivalent.
Like, what is something that you really want from a guy?
Bro, remember she religious. She said she a virgin. She said nothing equivalent.
There's nothing
Fair
equivalent
enough.
to that.
All right. Let's go with Shelly.
I have to say you gave a very interesting answer because I was trying to say I could see what you're saying. Like, what's an equivalent? Maybe the friendship. Maybe, because that would really, because I know for a man, sex is very important, and taking that away would really aggravate him, right? For me, I care more about the emotional shit, like when my emotional needs aren't being met. You know, the physical shit I can kind of meet on my own, okay? But the emotional shit for me is, maybe as a female, that's kind of more.
There's no wrong answers here.
No, I kind of would have to agree with you. I think that's a fair.
The friendship is more than emotional.
It's more.
Because I'm not emotional. I'm very logical. It's more of that connection. Like you and I can chill and just be.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I think that's still a fair answer.
And just, play games, go to the bar.
Cool.
No, I see what you're saying. No, I agree with
connection.
That. I agree with that.
Let's move it right along. Okay. What about yourself, Brianna? And is it Brianna or Brianna?
Brianna. Or you can call me Bri, whatever works for you.
Got it.
I'm going to have to say communication. I feel like communication's really like important to me.
That's fair. They stop talking to you.
And I'm not really the big person that like cares about sex. I more care about like the friendship, like what she said. So it's like, I think communication would be just as equivalent, like important.
The equivalent. Got it. So if he took that away, that'd be just like if you took sex away.
Yeah.
Got it. What about you?
Well, this is it's all intertwined with everything that everyone's saying. I would say, well, love. Like a friendship's based off of love. If, you actually want a friendship, like you were saying, Denise, then there's some sort of like caring background. So, you have emotion. Even with, wanting something like you want to communicate. Mm-hmm. So, but everything comes back to love. So.
Okay. Got it. So, love don't pay the bills. Communication, not equivalent. Emotional connection, not equivalent. What y'all say over here? Taking out on dates, not equivalent. The equivalent thing is a protector and a provider. So that's the equivalent. So if you strip it all down to the baseline, the man's nature from what he desires from a woman is sex. So that's that main commodity. That's your main agency. Because from sex comes his legacy, kids. And then the man's main commodity, if you strip everything down, you want this man to be a protector and to provide for you. You want security. You know what I'm saying? So that's the equivalent. If he's inadequate, can't keep a job, lacking in masculinity, if someone slaps your butt, he doesn't have the bravery to go ahead and protect you and stand up for you, well, you're going to look at him like you're going to break up with him immediately. It's going to be no questions asked.
Punk.
Just like if you take away sex away, he's clapping other cheeks immediately, right away. So I would say that's the equivalent, because attraction isn't symmetrical, it's asymmetrical. So what the man wants in you, we don't want the same thing back in you. Like that you said, communication, love, and all of these things.
Don't want a man
that's
talking
what
as
you.
much.
That's what like you want.
That's
we
fair.
don't want that.
We don't want a man talking as much as we do. We want you to tune out some. We know you tune out sometimes. That's fair.
But not only that, like I know that you do want those things as well. But like the main thing that's equivalent to sex, I would say, is protecting and providing.
I kind of have to agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I have to say, as much as I want to be this, new age, this and that, a lot of it is very primitive. It really is very primitive. It is. You are looking for a man. It doesn't mean he has to go out and hunt or like, but there is a certain element. Yeah, that kind of goes back to that. Because for us, you're right, the number one drive for us, I don't believe, for most women, I would say, is not the sex. But for men, I would agree with you, it's the sex.
Number one drive for ladies is security. Now, of course, y'all all emotional creatures, so you do want, like, the things that y'all said is valid, but it's the closest thing to equivalent, because nothing is equal. But the closest thing to equivalent on that a man could truly take away, that's equivalent to sex would be.
My point, though, is that
I know what you were saying.
Because men.
But if you flip it, then you'll be like, well, what's that one thing? Because for you, if you're truly a virgin, nothing is compared to sex. That's why you've been, you have so much sexual temperance, because you know the importance of sex. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then it's like, okay, for us, the most important thing is like, well, yeah, we may talk to a girl, but when we're like providing for a chick and willing to take a bullet for a girl, well, that's like the top. And sex is like that top. So, but good stuff, good stuff, ladies.
For you, so I'm gonna take that away if you're not gonna give me what I need.
Good stuff, ladies. And Holiday Tone, good question, bro. I see you in here. We got Gus sends in $2. He says she's 33 and okay, can't say that word on YouTube. Let's just say
if they're talking about me and they're calling me retarded, I'll happily take that charge. Call me retarded all you want. I don't care. You can call me retarded. You can call me autistic. You'd say I have Asperger's. That means
have you been called that before?
No, but I don't care. I know people make fun of me that way. That's
Shelly.
The kindest, hardest,
Shelly, real quick.
People.
I got you,
the
Shelly.
most honest people you'll ever meet, and the funniest people you'll ever meet. And there's nothing wrong with it. And people could say whatever they want. I'm a very intelligent woman. When you're an intelligent woman, people want to come at you with, you're this or that.
Intelligence is called listening and communicating to the person that's speaking to you.
I'm listening, but I'm not going to hear people passive-aggressive say like a half thing, like 33 and and like pretend that I don't know that you're trying to allude in a passive-aggressive manner, that you're trying to call me retarded and make fun of my age, and it's not working.
Shelly, it's one person that's speaking to you right now.
I know, I got it. I'm just saying.
I'll let you get your rebuttal, but then it kept going. So I'm like, yo, I got chat. So you're going to keep going, so I got to shut it down.
Go on.
So just pay attention. And whenever the chat is addressing you, I'll give you 10 seconds to reply back to them. But you can't go on this big old tangent, okay? We got Holiday Tone again, sends in $2. He says, yo, son, look. Yo, son, it's Draymond Green. At the salad spot. Come on, bro. You know Holiday Tone coming for you, man.
What up, Tone?
Calling you Draymond Green. We have Albert Wrights Media sends in $7. He says, rank in order what is most important in your partner. Let's start with okay, sure, yeah, you could get up.
Well, you could, if you want to step over.
No, you can get up. You can truly get up and step over.
Can it not go on
put the camera on me. You're good. Yeah. And then when you get up, you're fine.
Yeah, the camera's on us. So
yeah, camera's on us. You're fine.
You're good.
And okay, so chat says rank in order what is most important in your partner. We started with you last time, right?
Is it like top 3 or?
I'm gonna read it off to you real quick. Okay. Let's start with you.
Okay.
We got rank was most important. Lots of money, great looking, not a cheater. Right? Like he's not a cheater. So it's money, looks, or loyalty. Rank your order. What's most important? Yeah. Money, looks, loyal.
I already know.
You have to be loyal.
Okay.
Then the money.
Okay.
And then the last one.
Cheater. Okay.
And yeah.
Got it. What about you?
I'm gonna have to go for loyal, looks, and then money.
Loyal, looks, money. Fair enough. She's young, so she's like, I don't really care about money too much. You know what I mean?
Not yet.
You loyal. You look good.
I make my own money. Like I don't
I
need
feel you.
to somebody to take care of me. You know.
Girlfriend,
so
when you're my age, you want
I
somebody
got a question
to take
for
care
you.
because I'm
right?
tired.
So remember
take all your
when
money away.
you explained your relationship and you was like, well, yeah, I was dating this guy. He was young and like I used to pay for most of the stuff when we would go out. And one of the reasons you said one of the reasons why I kind of like, broke up with him is because he wasn't like there yet. And like you were doing better than him. Right. And that's going to stay with you forever because that's called hypergamy.
This is my one and only relationship. Actually.
I got you. I'm just letting you know I'm giving you some game right now. That's going to stay with you forever. All women are hypergamous. Hypergamy means that women want a man that's doing better than them in all regards, like in all aspects. Taller, stronger. Like think about why you're attracted to tall men. Think about why you're attracted to a guy with big arms, broad shoulders, and the jaw structure.
Can
You're
I
just
say
naturally
something?
attracted to that. Sure.
For me personally, I feel like I don't really need much. Like I need a guy that can serve me more than what I already serve myself.
For sure.
Like I go to the gym, I
Yep.
work out, I make money. I am like I can get all my stuff done. I'm task oriented, good with managing my time. I need somebody that can give me a real feeling, like a real connection, more than the materialistic things,
Yeah, and it's much in what I'm speaking to is much more than the material aspect, right? Because if a man can't if the man doesn't have the ability to meet a certain threshold of income, then obviously he's lacking in characteristic traits.
Is that what you think, that the more money a man has, the more skills he has type thing? Or
I'll tell you, right? So only 20% of the population makes $100,000 a year. Okay. Right. And there's a reason to it. It's because most human beings are just lazy. That's the facts. They're lazy. So
we were talking about that.
So when we're speaking about a man is put on this earth to provide service to people. You know what I mean? And he's put on this earth in a relationship to be a protector and a provider to a woman, right? So if he's not out there doing his main duties, obviously he's lacking in some areas. He's inadequate to some degree. Now, when you're young, that's fine. But as you in your 30s and stuff like that, then that's when it becomes you expect things to him to be a man. And these women can definitely tell you they ain't settling for no broke dude. So all I'm just saying that
like even what you were saying to me earlier, how you want to live on a farm, how are you going to do that if your man's not providing?
Well, no, well, I'm not trying to say
your order still.
Yeah.
But the other thing with the money thing is men need to make their own money. I'll tell you why. Not even if you had a rich woman. I think a man needs to make his own money. I'll tell you why. Not about that she can't pay for dinner. Man's ego gets hurt. I feel like you don't feel like a man's ego gets hurt when they're not making. If they got a woman that's doing everything for them, taking care of, making all the money, aren't they going to feel like I'm not fulfilling my purpose as a protector, provider?
No, they're going to want to take advantage.
Yeah.
Men like
they'll
to
want
take advantage.
Exactly, they'll just take
That's
advantage.
fair.
You have to.
But most men, do all men feel that way? I mean,
Yeah, I'll let you know. So the reason why you think that the man is insecure because he's maybe making less than a woman is because subconsciously the woman views him as less. So what she does is she projects her view of the man onto him. Think about it. If you're making more money than your man, obviously you see him as less. Like, oh, he's inadequate. Then if you're seeing him as less, what follows next? You start to speak to him as less as well. So first comes a thought, then comes the action when you're actually treating him as less. And then what that does is that creates conflict in a relationship.
Depends what the money is, though. Like, say she's got a lot of money, but what if it's like the disparity is too large? Like, it's where
one part you said was true in the beginning. If a woman is making a whole lot of money, normally that dynamic doesn't even work because he's not even a qualified option for her. She looks past him.
Look his way.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian, J-Lo, Beyonce, all of these women in the higher upper echelon, they don't even see most men.
They don't even
these
see
dudes
me.
are invisible.
I'm invisible.
Like these dudes is transparent. They see through men. No, what?
They
it was
see
guys
through
there?
me.
I thought it was just a lady.
Anyone shorter than me.
Look, those women walk in restaurants and live lives and walk through
Don't height
malls.
shame me.
Look, they don't see anyone at all.
friends,
Also, get the reactions.
That's where it's gonna end.
They don't see anyone at all. It's very transparent. So all I'm just saying is, I get what you're saying. The first part, yes, if a woman is making more, the guy should still be working and putting his best foot forward first because he still wants to maintain a masculine frame, and masculinity is being the best version of yourself. So working to always try to be better. Yes, he still wants to work, but the woman is always going to look down at him in most cases, but it's not because she's looking down at him because he's looking down at himself. No, she just views him as less because women have a hypergamous nature. You naturally, it's in your nature to want a man that's just better than you. Like, you want a superior. You don't want an equal. Like, think about it, ladies. In all aspects, if you had to choose your dream guy, you would want him taller. Show of hands.
Oh, we know.
Dream guy.
I think it makes me feel more secure. It makes me feel more secure. It's a security thing for me.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wherever I'm wrong, I'll let you know. If you don't put up a hand, we'll talk about it. Now, dream guy. Taller than you?
A little bit taller. At least a little bit taller.
At least preferably making more money than you? Yup.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
It does.
I feel like money. See, I said money's
preferably
last.
making more money.
Oh, making. Okay, then yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Also, more competent than you are. Competent is the ability to complete tasks and accomplish goals.
Oh, I need a man that can do
More
that.
Competent?
Yeah. I feel like
competent.
That's a little bit, yeah, I know, but I feel like that's a little bit convoluted because more competent at certain things. Yes.
Yeah, men do excel at certain things, and females are
no.
That's a fair point.
You do acting and you sing.
No, she's got a fair point. There's certain things that women we task better at, and there's certain things that men task better at.
I'm just saying, like, I want him more competent.
Competent in the areas that you look for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Okay, so more competent. So think about it, ladies. Let's do another one. Would you like the man stronger than you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%. I don't want a man that I could beat in a wrestling match.
These 4 things that we mentioned, ladies,
I can't handle that.
This proves that you want a superior being. You don't want any man equal to you.
We're afraid to say that, and I'll tell you why. And you guys can argue with me if I'm wrong on this. Because the second you use that word superior being, you're putting this guy in this plateau where we always owe you something now.
Don't owe us.
No, but see, when it's phrased like that, and I'm not saying that's the intentionality behind what you're saying, but when it's phrased like that, it kind of makes us feel like they're on a higher level, and then like my ex thought he was a higher level. It's always like I always owe you something.
I'll tell you why you feel that way.
I think it's all about perception.
Superior in those
It
things.
is about perception.
I think I would kind
perception.
of want the man to be on a higher level because I don't know, like I kind of want the guy to make the decisions. Like I want him.
And most women do, and that's okay.
Okay. That's his God-given role as a man. This is just faith because I don't know anything else to think about, but Adam's job was to overlook the garden, and he failed in protecting his lady in the garden, which is why when you look at commercials and when you see commercials targeting women, everything is so pretty. Everything is shopping, where colors, where everything is targeting us because we're so
women are more
vulnerable.
Susceptible to outside influences than men. So this is why
the job is not the superior. It's the role biblically is the man's job. The husband's job is to love his wife as much as Christ loved his church, that he gave his life for the church.
True.
Correct. My job as a wife is to submit to my husband, right? Because we as a church submit to the word of God. Okay. And it's not an obedience thing. I think you
what do you mean by submit? What do you mean by submit?
Submit is like, for instance, I don't want to say like to know your role, but we ought to know. Naturally, we know our role. We have kids. We nurture our kids, right? And then our husbands will go out and look and work and provide, right? And naturally, he'll protect us. But if a man, let's say like these two are fighting, naturally we don't want that, but we let them do their man thing, right?
Maybe I'd be willing to submit if he was doing the providing
He's
and protecting.
supposed to.
But if he's not doing the providing and protecting, I don't feel like
so
submitting
he's failing
shit.
as a man. Like,
Yeah.
I have a son.
That's a fair way to look. I'm trying
Yeah.
to.
Very simpler for you. All of what you ladies, it's in your nature to submit to a man. It's in a man's nature to submit to God. It's in the kid's nature to submit to the parents, right? So it's an order to things. God over man, man over woman, woman over children. That's just the order of life. And the reason is, I'm not making this up. Think about your answers. These to the 4 questions, you want a superior being. So obviously, if you get that, you will automatically submit. It's not like you will be pressured to submit. Submittance doesn't happen when it's pressured.
The word that you nailed it with right there was pressure.
Yeah, it doesn't happen with pressure.
Because
it
that
happens.
pressure makes you
Yeah, it
counteract.
happens
When a man
naturally.
provides both
Yeah.
protection, you will naturally want to submit
That
because
I
you
agree
feel
with.
security,
And
right?
sexually, it's very, very
and that's
true.
what it is. You haven't
very
met,
true.
You
very
haven't
true.
met the right man
That's true.
to want to submit.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yep.
I feel
And
that.
then also,
I
you were
agree with
saying
that.
something, and I wanted to reply back to it before the conversation kind of went off on another topic. But you were saying,
Me?
no, not you. It was Shelly. Shelly, you said something on the lines of, well, I think that when what was the convo about?
It'll come back to you.
No. It's right there. You were talking to her, and you said that. Well, dang, what was it? Like something wasn't natural. You said. I'm like, wait, what? No, I gotta speak on that. You kind of interpret it wrong. Anyways, it'll probably come back.
Can I say what
What you
I
had?
wanted
Sure.
to say? So I said money was last because, like, I feel like that's okay. Money's important in a relationship, but it's also something that can be worked on together.
For sure,
Like,
yeah.
you know, that other person can help you. And I chose looks as number 2 because, you know, I want to be attracted to them. You know, I want to be able to, you know, like.
They look more
like,
attractive
you know,
when they're making money, I'll tell you right now.
Like,
As you get older,
That's a fact.
you'll-
They
it'll
start looking
change
a lot
over.
better when they're making their own
I'm
money.
gonna say
Money's-
my order is gonna be the same as hers because like I don't want ugly children.
Right. Like I like me.
But you'd be surprised.
I'm not gonna
Sometimes you see you're a
No,
very
go ahead.
beautiful woman.
Ray,
You're
say
very
it.
lucky, very beautiful. But there's some people you get 2 ugly people make a beautiful baby. You get sometimes 2
Oh,
beautiful
you're
people
right.
make an
And
ugly
that-
baby.
You're right.
Right?
You're right.
You've seen that?
But it's true about what she said. I want to be attracted to whoever I'm gonna
Like,
be
you know,
married
like-
to the rest of my life.
Like money's something that we could work on. Like let me, you know, help you. Let's get you an interview.
What happens when
I'll
they get
give
all
you
old and wrinkly, though?
Well, then we're gonna be retired.
But see,
then.
that's
where the money comes in.
That's a little bit
That's where the money comes in.
different though. I don't mean like
I'm gonna get you. What you didn't answer that question, yeah? Did you?
No,
So,
but
yeah,
what
we're
I was
gonna get
trying
around
to say,
you.
just to answer her, like,
Yeah.
like the problem is that, you know, you have to. The reason why I would put money last is not because it's something that can be worked on. That's not really why. It's just more so because I'm not trying to.
Wait, you said money can't be worked on?
No, I'm saying the reason why I put it last is not because it can be worked on, because
Okay.
it has to do with so much more than just, you know, if the person has a job and they have drive and they're working towards something, but they just don't, you know, they're just whatever they're doing, even they love what they're doing, the guy loves what he's doing, you know what I mean? But he is working towards something, but he's just not making that much money right now. You can work, that's something you can work with.
For sure.
But you can't really work with someone who, and
Has no drive and no
speaking from
motivation.
personal
That- yeah, I can
experience,
agree with that.
you know,
Yeah.
I can't be the one trying to push him to provide.
Yeah,
like,
and that's what-
I can't be
Then
one
you're
that-
being
That should be
masculine.
It should be innate. That
Yeah,
they
but
I guess
both-
ladies,
the way that I
right?
said it made
It's very
it seem
simple.
that way.
Money, motivate, like drive, motivation, all of these words. If you peel back the layer, you're still expecting money at some point. So that drive and ambition in a man, and him being assertive and dominant and have the will to create a good future for himself and for you, that's just money at the end of the day. So that goes into that pretty
Yeah,
much.
but I guess the thing is that what's money? You know, like a lot of money or enough.
Stability.
You know what I mean? Like
stable.
enough money is enough money. They don't need to make $100,000 a year. But if we can live
With inflation,
In today's dating?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, now you do.
But you just said only 20% of men even make $100,000 a year.
well,
So
men
it's like-
and women,
okay,
and gay
yeah.
men.
So there you go.
and gay women as well.
So the amount
Oh.
so the amount of people actually making 100,000 is so low that it's like, you know, that's why I would say it's not at it's not the top of my list because.
Okay, so then all right. So what's the first and the second thing on your list?
Loyalty's first.
Loyalty first, and then
looks.
Then looks. Okay, so you got the same as hers.
Yeah.
What about you, Denise? What's on your list?
It was 3 things.
3 things. So it's money, loyalty, and looks. What's the order?
Looks.
First?
Yes.
Okay.
I have to be attracted to you.
Homie can slay something else.
No. Yeah. You got to. What are you gonna? I'm not gonna be in a relationship with somebody I don't find attractive.
Okay, fair enough.
So
What's the second thing?
Loyalty is a huge thing because it shows me
Loyalty.
his moral compass, right? Discipline, consistency, and then money.
Okay, fair enough. What about you?
Loyalty, money, looks.
Loyalty, money, looks.
Same as me.
Okay, loyalty, money, looks. All right, fair enough. All right, let's get to the next super chats. And ladies, I know some of y'all written down some questions and stuff. We gotta get to y'all questions too once I'm done with the super chats. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.